My name is Daniel Rinehart. Our farm is Rinehart's family farm. I'm the third generation side of things. Grew up from a large family. There were 10 of us kids, and my parents, Greg and Polly Rinehart, really got us started with vegetable farming and farmers marketing. So we're about a 750 acre diversified family farm, I would say. Primarily, most of that is row crop farming, corn, soybeans. We do a little bit of pea, commercial pea growing for a frozen food company. But then probably 20 to 30 acres of vegetable farming as well. And so we focus a lot of that, of course, during the summer, growing all sorts of vegetables and fruit, sweet corn, zucchini, onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, and many other things. So my parents first got started, I think, in general, because back in the 80s, row crop farming and livestock farming, there were a lot of challenges financially with it. And so they looked at growing vegetables, and they looked for different ways to diversify and to try to help subsidize the farm to keep the farm going. And so, yeah, we're from a large family, and so they saw all these kids and they said, hey, let's keep them busy, put them to work, and let's start growing vegetables. And so that started small in many respects, and it's of course grown throughout the years. I think sweet corn was one of the first things they started growing, and then green beans and various other things. And they started growing it, but then we needed to find a way to sell it. And farmers markets all throughout the central Iowa here, they weren't super big at the time, but I guess when I was young, because I was born in the late 80s, we went to the Des Moines Farmers Market, and so we would sell any produce we could grow there, and many other markets around as well. There are a lot of reasons that kind of led me towards wanting to do it. I enjoyed personally the work and being able to work with my parents and my family throughout. My dad was always around, and I have a young family of my own, and I wanted to give them that opportunity as well, to work beside me, to know what it means to work, and then also just knowing that there's of course challenges that come along with it, but we really enjoy the benefits of working together and growing things as well. In a nutshell, it's that idea of not putting all your eggs in one basket, of course. And so by diversifying, you're really able to level out the ebbs and flows that you can have in farming. There's a lot of risks involved with farming. We can have a derecho that comes through in a half hour, and then you can lose all your crop. And so from the vegetable side of things, some of the things we grow are a shorter growing crop. And so even if you do lose certain things, well, you can try to grow something else. And so it gives you opportunities to manage risk. Cover crops are one thing that we try to use and utilize here on our farm. On the vegetable side of things, since it's such a small area, we don't always use cover crops, but the high tunnels are one aspect that we've really focused on, and we grow tomatoes in those, as well as some other basil and green beans at times. From a water management standpoint, we haven't had rain lately, and so being able to control the water in the high tunnels and control things, that's allowed us to be able to keep plants alive. Also, from a conservation side, being able to just be more efficient with the small areas. So we have insurance. We work with Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau has been a great advocate for local small farmers. And so that would be one big aspect that, I mean, we need to have a lot of good people that know things, because there are opportunities for accidents to happen. And so having good insurance, trying to mitigate risk in ways, so bringing people from the outside and putting a different set of eyes and letting us see certain areas that we don't maybe see. I think there's lots of opportunities for agritourism, because there are fewer and fewer people that are living on a farm or have a direct touch on the farm. And so during COVID a few years ago, we weren't able to do the farmers markets, but we had all these crops that were still growing, so we had to figure out, okay, what are we going to do? So we decided to have people come to our farm, stay in their vehicles, and drive through. And so that created a great opportunity for them to come. They could still get their produce. We could do it in a way that made people feel comfortable and wanted to try to be as safe as we could during that time. And then since that time, we didn't know if it was gonna last, but obviously we're still doing it. And so we've been able to see that people have enjoyed it, and people will drive hours away just to come out on a Saturday morning to get some produce and to be out in the open air here on the farm. There are a lot of other opportunities though, and I guess I would say you can think outside the box with that. There are so many different things, communities that I've been a part of and people that I've talked to that have tried certain things, and if people want to do it, they'll find a way to make it happen. Number one, I'd say start small. Don't try to go whole hog and do just one thing. I try to diversify and do a lot of little things and just see what works with your operation. Everybody has unique circumstances with their farms and with the equipment and tools that they have. So start small, see what works. Talk to people. We're willing to visit with other people who are just getting started, and in general, most people are willing to give advice, to share ideas, to say what worked and what didn't work. So yeah, start small. Number two, I'd say be flexible. Once you get into something, people might not continue to like that, so be flexible and always try something new. Number three, I would say just have a positive attitude, because throughout the farm there are ups and downs, there are challenges always along the way, and it can be easy to get depressed or to get down, but try to maintain a positive attitude, a good perspective, and that goes a long way with success as well.